So in statistics, we can show information about our statistics, specifically where the median is, where our quartiles is, and what our max and our min values, with a little graph that's called a box and whisker plot. In the box, the line in the middle is your median, where the outside edges of your box are quartile 1 and quartile 3. And your whiskers, those are the lines at the end, they go down to your lowest value and up to your highest value. So they show how the data is spread out, and the length of the box is your interquartile range. Now some sections are bigger and some sections are lower, smaller, but even though they're different lengths, each of these sections represents 25% of your data, because the median separates the bottom 50% from the upper 50%, and your quartiles separate 25% and 25%. So one thing that sometimes appears to be confusing is it seems like there's more in this side of the box than there is in this side of the box. It just means there's the same amount of data there, it's just more spread out. "32 students wrote marks." Hopefully these are IB marks and not marks out of 100. Okay? Upper quartile would be 6, because the upper quartile is right here on the edge of our box. Interquartile range is the length of the box part. Going from 2 to 6 would be 4. How many students scored greater than 6? So can you see we're looking for this section right there? That whisker is how many scored greater than 6. And like we showed before, each of those sections is 25%. So if we do 25% of 32, or 1/4 of 32, we would expect 8 students to have received a mark greater than 6, which would be phenomenal on the IB scale. If you had a class of 32 and 8 got greater than 6, that would be amazing. In fact, they'd probably go back and say, we got to change our test, because you guys statistically shouldn't have that many people do that well. So then the next year's test would be a lot harder. So here we have another box and whisker plot. Try this one on your own. They tell us about the interquartile range and the overall range. Write down the median value and find the values of A and B. All right, median value, did you get 18? And for your A value, did you get 10? Because the interquartile range was 20, and so 30 down 20 would make this 10. And if the range is 40, you go 40 up from 4, you would get to 44 for B.